guys, it's Ed Ebenezer again from Somali Enterprise Tutors, and today we're going to be looking at the break and continue statements in Java using Eclipse. If you remember our last tutorial about switch statement, there was this little guy that was almost everywhere that was very strange to you guys, and then I felt it would be nice because moving forward in our next tutorials we're going to be making very good use of this. So I'm going to be explaining at length what this break statement is for, and then a continue statement. Okay, so basically what a break statement is telling the code execution that move away from the particular block of code that you are in to the next line. Okay, so the way this break is, once the code execution encounters this break statement, it breaks totally out of this block of code that the code execution is currently in, and then moves itself to the next line. All right, so in order to understand this, I would have a for loop, okay, ranging from 1 to 10. So int counter is equals to 0. All right, counter is less than or equals to 10. Okay, let's use this, and then counter plus plus. All right, so this plus plus means increase it by 1. This is the initialization of counter, then this is the condition that this loop should continue only while counter is less than or equals to 10. So if counter is equals to 10, yes, this statement is still correct. Until counter equals to 11, that this statement will then be wrong. Okay, now what's happening here? All right, I'll put that right back. Okay, now for us to just check, let's just display the whole loop from 1 to 10, or from 0 to 10 now, since our counter says that it should start from 0. So system.out.println, I want them displayed in a singular line. Okay, so we just display counter. Alright, so I'll run this as a Java app. Okay, run as Java application. Okay, so there you go. Let me increase this so that we can all see. Alright, and then just for clarity, system.out.println before the for loop. Okay, and then after. So in case this is just out of the box, but let me teach you this. In case you just want to display a blank line, you can use system.out.print. Okay, so we'll see what this gives us. So run as Java application. All right, so you see this blank line here is courtesy of this. So system.out.print, just a statement without anything in it, opening or closing double quotes. Now we'll just display a line, and then this is responsible for this, not this spacing in between. All right, it's this statement that is responsible for it, but then the spacing is just for you to be able to see the code visibly. All right, now so this spacing is a function of this statement. So now we can see that we have displayed the numbers from 0 to 10. All right, as displayed as this. Okay, so I will then introduce the break statement. Okay, so the break statement most at times is being used to check for conditions. If this particular condition, if this particular condition is met, then break out of the whole block of code. If the condition is not met, well, continue your business. But if the condition is met, do something about it. So I will use an if statement, not an if else now. So I will say if counter, I want it to stop displaying once counter is equals to 5. So stop the display. That means I want you to display from just 0 to 5. Okay, so if counter is equals to 5, okay, display from just 0 to 4. All right, if counter is equals to 5, then break. Okay, so there you go. 0 1 2 3. Immediately counter now equals to 5, then it breaks. Okay, so you see the difference. What happened now at this point in time? It displayed from 0 to 5, okay, because once it enters the first iteration, it will display counter 1 2 3 4, then immediately it displays 5. Now it then checks if counter is equals to 5, break. So it breaks out of this whole block of code. That's what this break means. Break means this move out of the block of code and then move to the next line below the block of code. Okay, so if I wanted it to display from 0 to 4, as we see before, it checks the value of counter before displaying. Now the other scenario that we just saw now displays first before it checks for the value of counter. But if I want it to check for the value of counter before displaying on the console, then the if and the break statement will be before the display. So if we check this out, 0 1 2 3 4. Now why is that? Immediately code execution enters this for loop, it checks first if counter is equals to 0, but you know that at the first iteration counter is equals to 0. Okay, so this statement is false, therefore it doesn't break. Then it prints out the value of counter as 0. The second iteration counter is equals to 1, this condition is still false. The third iteration counter is equals to 3, the fourth iteration counter is equals to 4, the fifth iteration now counter is now equals to 5. So it checks, and then this condition therefore is true, therefore this break statement. All right, so and that's another thing to learn. If you have just one statement after your if statement, you don't need your close and opening brace. But in order to keep your work neat so that nobody gets confused, I'll just put the opening and closing brace. Okay, but if it is a singular statement, it can exist with closing brace. Okay, so if the counter is equals to 5, then break. This break is not just saying break out of this code, but then break out of this whole branch of code. Okay, so I'll run again. And there you go. Okay, so that is the break statement. Now another statement we're going to be looking at is the continue statement. Now the continue statement is more of a skip a line type of statement, meaning when this particular condition is met, do not display, just skip that particular condition. Now if I change this break statement to a continue statement, okay, now when it gets to 5, it wouldn't display 5. It will assume that it has gone through the whole iteration and then start all over again. Okay, so what continue means is skip this particular condition and start the loop all over again. So if I run this, what will be missing from the whole display would be 5. So there you go, 0 1 2 3 4. There's no 5, then 6 7 8 9 10. So the continue means skip a particular number, more of skip a particular condition. So if counter is equals to 5, skip the loop itself, start over again. So once code execution gets to continue, it doesn't go down to system.out.print line counter. It goes all over again and starts from another iteration. So at the 5th iteration, when counter is equals to 5 now, it skips this whole from here, it skips this line and then goes over to the 6th iteration when counter is equals to 0. Therefore this statement is no longer true. Then code execution continues here. Then when the loop is done, it then comes over to this. Okay, so let's do something. All right, let's say when counter is equals to, let's leave it at 9. When counter is equals to 9, break. But then I do not want it to display 5. Probably number is 5, so I display 5. So when counter, okay, is equals to 5, then continue. All right, so just continue. So what this is going to give us is 10 wouldn't be displayed and 5 also wouldn't be displayed. From 9 to 10 won't be displayed. Okay, so 0 1 2 3 4, there's no 5 because of this continue, which means forget about the remaining code, just start all over again with the next iteration. Okay, so there's no 5, then 6 7 8, then break. Once counter is equals to 9, break out of it. Okay, so we are checking for counter before we display. That is why 9 doesn't display. But if we check for this condition after the display statement, then we will have 9 and then it will break. So if I want only 10 not to be displayed, all I will do is move that block of code and bring it outside of the print statement and then run again. Okay, so you would see 5 wouldn't be displayed because of this continue, then 6 7 8 9 and 10 also wouldn't be displayed because of this break. So I hope with this you've understood the continue and the break statement. This is the highest explanation you can get on break and continue. Keep on doing the hands-on and keep coming back for more tutorials, and God bless you.